So let's dive into one of the biggest stories shaping our world right now. China's massive, and I mean massive, role in green energy. It's a story that's full of mind-boggling numbers, some pretty serious contradictions, and a global strategy that's going to affect all of us. Let's get right into it. Okay, I want to start with just one number. 187 gigawatts. Just try to wrap your head around that for a second. It's a huge number, but it is the absolute key to understanding what's going on. So what is it? That's how much new wind and solar power China fired up in a single year. Now, to put that into perspective, that's more than the entire rest of the planet. Every single other country combined managed to build in that same time. This isn't just a gradual shift, you guys. This is a flat-out earthquake in the world of energy. And all of this leads to our first big idea here, this argument that China is actually becoming the world's green superpower. Kind of an unlikely climate hero when you think about it. And when we say scale, I mean, just look at this. These aren't just solar farms. They are literally seas of solar panels stretching out as far as the eye can see. And the only reason this is even possible is because China has built a green tech manufacturing machine that nobody else on Earth can even come close to. Just check out the difference on this chart. For solar cells, China's pumping out over 600 gigawatts worth. The rest of the world combined? Not even 100. It's not just leading the pack. It's basically created a monopoly on the very things you need to build solar power. And guess what? It's the exact same story for lithium-ion batteries. You know, the tech that's absolutely crucial for electric cars and for storing energy for when the sun's not out. Again, China's production just completely dwarfs everyone else. And of course, all that manufacturing muscle leads directly to things like electric vehicles. China's making almost twice as many as the rest of the world put together. So here's the really crucial point. China isn't just building green energy projects, it controls the entire supply chain. So how this even happen? Well, it's something called a virtuous circle. Basically, their own massive demand for green tech at home let their factories scale up like crazy, which slash costs. And the result of that? Cheaper green technology for the whole world. So you hear all that, and you think, wow, okay, a green superpower single-handedly saving the day. But is that really the whole picture? Is this just about selfless climate leadership? You know, this image right here, I think it just perfectly captures the paradox at the heart of this entire story. For every shiny new wind turbine, there's a long, dark shadow. And that shadow, it's made of coal. And here is the kicker. The one staggering fact that changes everything. China still burns more coal than the rest of the world combined. So its green revolution is happening right alongside a massive, massive reliance on the dirtiest fuel out there. And that brings us to the flip side of the coin, the sobering reality of China's addiction to coal, which, well, it really complicates that whole climate hero story. Over half. Get this, even with all those brand new renewables, coal still powers more than 50% of China. It's the foundation of its economy, the thing that keeps the lights on when the wind isn't blowing. And the result of all that coal? It's right here in this chart. China is responsible for almost a third of the world's yearly CO2 emissions. That's more than the US, Europe, and India combined. So you've got this wild situation where it's both the world's biggest builder of green energy and its biggest polluter, all at the same time. So how on earth do you make sense of that? How can both of those things be true? Well, the answer is that this whole thing isn't just about the climate. It's a calculated power play. We have to look at the real motives behind this two-sided approach. You know, as climate analyst Elise Shuo puts it, part of this is about PR. It's about perception. By taking the lead on renewables, China gets to look like the responsible global leader, you know, the adult in the room, especially when other countries might be dragging their feet. But it goes way, way deeper than that. The whole strategy really comes down to three things. Number one, energy security. The more renewables they have, the less they have to rely on foreign oil and gas. Number two, industrial dominance. They see green tech as the next huge global industry, and they plan on owning it. And number three, geopolitical leverage. If you control the tech the whole world needs, you have a new kind of power. And make no mistake, this isn't just a strategy for inside their own borders. They are now actively exporting this revolution and their influence all across the globe. They're literally wiring the world with their tech. This is a perfect example. On the left, you've got the Belt and Road Initiative, China's huge global infrastructure plan. And on the right, look what's happening in Pakistan, a key partner in that plan. Chinese solar panel exports have just exploded. The Belt and Road is becoming the main highway for exporting their green tech. I mean, this table just lays out the incredible scale of it all. The European Union, India, Pakistan, much of the developing world, they're all becoming really, really dependent on Chinese solar tech. So the bottom line is, this dependency isn't some future problem. It's already here. So all of this leads the rest of the world to a massive dilemma. It's a huge challenge for sure, but also maybe what some are calling a fateful opportunity. And the choice is pretty stark. On the one hand, countries can just embrace China's cheap, ready-to-go technology. The upside, a faster, cheaper way to hit your climate goals. The downside, you become strategically dependent on them. Or, on the other hand, countries can try to build their own green industries from scratch. That gives you independence, sure, but it's way slower, way more expensive, and you risk completely missing your climate targets. And that leaves us with this final, really critical question. There's no easy way out of this. The planet absolutely needs the technology that China is churning out if we're going to have any shot at tackling climate change. So the only real question left is, what's the price the world is willing to pay?